Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game 3 of the semifinals for the Winter Tournament. We're getting there. 2 more games to go. We have some wonderful players today. I'd like to introduce Edu.
Hey.
There we go. Kyle Werns,
Hello.
Botbot,
Well, hello.
and Risano the Wise.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get started, and I will introduce the streamers while you draft. Good luck, guys. And commentators, we have Lily and Phouglas. Go ahead and say aye, and then take it away.
Well, hello.
What's up?
All right. Oh yes, we got Lizard Cult in this no Vagabond. We got Lizard Cult, Marquise de Cat, Duchy, Eyrie, and Woodland Alliance.
No Corvids. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be here for the history.
I was hoping for that. I still want to see you eat a rule book. I'm still hoping for it.
I know. I mean, I thought it was a couple of weeks ago. I was convinced it was going to happen, but now I'm not so sure.
What I'm hoping for is now that the Corvids just win the finals, just like final game, Corvid win.
Oh wow,
That
would be incredible. I know. I've heard some rumors of some players who are, I won't name names, that are going to pick Corvid almost no matter what. So I won't name names though, but we may see it, at least the pick soon.
I'm very excited for that. I'm hoping that they are given the opportunity to do so. So it looks like we got the autumn map here, so that's going to be good for Woodland Alliance on this map.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what get picked.
You definitely don't want to start on Mountain probably as Woodland, especially with cats in the game.
Yeah. All right, so we got Eyrie from Kyle. Should have done some research on these players to see what the games they've played before.
I've played with Bot a lot, not recently, but I don't think I've ever seen him play Alliance though, so that should be interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
I don't think with Cat and Duchy left, I'm not sure we're going to get to see a Lizard player.
Maybe not, but hopefully. I'm still going to hold out for that.
Whoop.
Yes.
Whoop.
See, look.
Wow.
Already Rusano exceeding expectations by giving me what I want.
I am very curious what was in his opening hand that he chose Lizard over the other two. I am very curious because that's one thing I think Lizards have a weakness to in this draft system is, like, what card would you see that would make you go, I'll take Lizards? Like if you want to go heavy. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Generally, I would say Dom cards are pretty great starting out.
That's for sure. Yeah, that's true.
And then, but I will say on autumn map, Lizards are a little bit have a little bit of a disadvantage just because of the fixed clearings. They're not so happy about that, and also the building slots aren't as generous in some of the other ones, especially in the corners.
And do I have to discard 3 down?
Yeah, so. I mean, Lizards. When I play Lizards, I really prefer
once we've all set up
a double build clearing corner.
Yeah, that's always the hope. But with no cats, they might actually have a more flexible opening, considering. But I don't know where the area would start.
This is actually a pretty balanced game because moles can run away if they're the only coin faction.
Yeah.
But there,
and even cats have sometimes a hard time keeping them in check.
Oh, so. For sure.
All right, so Lizards are relegated to their bottom right corner as per normal, with Eyrie starting in the top right.
And I get to choose one of the corners, right?
I mean, it's not a bad start for Lizards. He has the
having that
fox and the mouse. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just hoping his hand can support that. That's the biggest concern, I think.
Choose this one.
Yeah, I mean, when I play Lizards, my Lizard strategy is to focus on 2 suits. Usually, I don't like to go. I mean, if it just happens, I get 3 suits. That's great, and you can score 6 points a turn. But it's very difficult to sustain that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Ooh.
But-
I'm also kind of excited to see the Woodland Alliance facing the Lizards because there's always that weird tension with them since they don't interact much.
Yeah. Well, Woodland would be it'd be bad to shove their sympathy down into Lizardville, I think.
I don't think it's a good place to start. But honestly, I'm curious to see if the Woodland will start on the right side of that map since that's where the Eyrie and moles are. And the left half seems pretty empty for the Lizards to just eat up. So we'll see.
True. Yeah. If Rosano just took that entire side of the map, it'd probably be a pretty solid play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so I think we can now discard.
Yep.
Or not discard, but prune our hands.
Oh, hold on. I almost forgot something very important. I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, Rosano will not play without the photo of Nick Cage looking on.
I don't know if the broadcast network is going to approve that addition to the game board.
Yeah, we may get a copyright
legally.
Just
strike.
Don't look at it, and it'll be fine.
I played Rosano is one of the I've played with him a lot in
Sorry, I have to discard cards.
LFG games, and he's one of the most fun people to play with for sure. He is one of the he's so friendly. You think like, oh, I'm gonna trounce this guy. He's just so nice, but he is deceptively great at root.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see him with the Lizards, especially.
Yeah. I don't think I've played with him when he played Lizards. I'm curious to see his opening hand too, to see what he got excited about. Considering, I think a lot of players in that position would have picked moles or cats because I think they're potentially safer.
Action will be.
I would say they are definitely a bit safer in choice.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
not as fun.
No, Lizard. I mean, I have told this story in LFG a lot. Like, I played when I first got root. I got the expansion and everything, and I played Lizards so many times. And the release version of Lizards were horrible. They were just awful. They were, and I lost every time. I played 11 games, probably got trounced so many times. And I'm like, how do these guys ever win? And I just thought it was impossible. And then when the update came out, the print and play of like the rule changes, I'm like, oh yes, now these boys are back. And the first game I played with the new rules, I won. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Now we're actually competitive.
Actually, sorry. If I can take that back, second.
And I still think they probably need some
over here.
minor buffs still.
Recruit.
But they're still so much fun.
Yeah.
And then
so I will say as a
sway Bridget.
Oh, we're getting Bridget first turn sway. That's always a good start.
Yeah, that's pretty much a standard standard mole opening in my opinion.
Yeah. Bridget's just so good.
Yeah. I mean, he could be you put one up in Eyrie Town.
And
we'll see if he's going no build, if he's going to build anytime soon. Mole strategy has definitely changed.
Here's my hand.
Over time, like pure no build is not as popular.
Double fox and a bunny for.
So I'm going to.
He started with coins and sword. I wonder if his goal is to try to get those crafted.
And I'm going to recruit once into.
And he knew.
Let's go here.
Yeah, I assume in my opinion, he started with those cards and he thought, well, as cats, I'll never craft that stuff. I'm not going to build 4 workshops.
This swap meet.
And as moles, he's like, I'm not throwing buildings out there anytime soon
Hold off on that.
for Eyrie to come chew.
Right.
So my hope is to actually craft them as lizards.
And then
And he's actually got a decent. He has a decent shot. He's starting right next to the 2 fox clearing. So
sympathy.
Yeah, and I mean, if he builds another garden next turn and scores, he's in good shape to just kind of start that. Also, Lizard Dom already in the discard pile. That is great for Dom swapping if he
yes,
remembers to do that.
I will
All right, so Bopot's going for sympathy
mobilize.
in Mole's territory, but also
that's-
kind of on the borders of the Eyrie.
no, I think that's great.
I think that's a really good choice. Yeah.
I mean, they're probably going to get eaten up by Brig, but that also slows the moles down because if the moles are having to give up cards, that's
Yeah.
really terrible for the mole player. As a
Also,
mole player
giving up
myself,
giving up actions is not doing what they necessarily want to do is always a good
oh
option.
yeah,
as
early
well.
in the game, I want to be using Brig to move early in the game
Not to
because
fight, yeah.
exactly. I want to get more moles on the board, and the best way to do that is just to use the Brig to move from the burrow because you want to use your first 2 actions to recruit and just have humongous board presence because before it ain't gonna be long before everyone's trying to get you off.
Put a
So
bird
the
in
more
build.
people you have, the harder that is,
I'm gonna
obviously.
put a bunny in build.
Oh, we're going for the dynamic build opening for Eyrie with a bunny build.
Interesting.
So it looks like he's trying to do
Or
double
here.
build opening and
Do here.
probably do an early turmoil.
Yeah, I mean that's the unstainable decree. So yeah, he's just.
Yeah, he can only do it 2 more times before he's down.
I mean, I like this strategy because,
2 points.
and I've personally never done it as Eyrie, but I've always wanted to try it. Is just right. Get roosts out, and
Points, you only put yourself at 1.
then
I'll give you the other one.
people just have to fight you to get you. And then I assume he'll probably go to charismatic next to like get troops on the board. And
Yep.
so now you have tons of roost, and
Disdain for scoring.
next you get all your guys out,
You
and
always score 1 less.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're scoring 4 a turn,
No matter how many
Oh,
turns it
one
you're
goes.
certainly outpacing lizards. That's for sure. And you're probably
Mole in there.
Woodland will have to work really hard to get you.
Right. And moles and Eyrie are going to probably be at each other's throats for that, just because they're the only ones that can fight each other more
Yeah.
easily.
And then actions will be to recruit.
The question is, will the
And my second.
considering how much they have to build, will the Woodland Alliance kind of go after those bunny territories to make sure the Eyrie has to pay them?
It goes to the outcast.
Yeah, I know. Especially since the Eyrie like moving around so much and not battling. He really needs to like see if he can get some up there.
Over here.
Otherwise, Erie's just going to take control of the upper half of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to minister actions.
Wow, he just did a dig. Interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, ministers and then swaying. Yeah. So I'd like to battle the sympathy over there, Bot. Are you playing an ambush?
This is very interesting mole strategy.
All right.
But I will need a rabbit card.
It looks like I don't know if he's doing building it or not. It's a little hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
Do you have any cards?
this is a little unorthodox just because, oh my gosh, he has like the ultimate pump and dump hand.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Germ's probably going, oh my god, Germ's in chat probably seeing that hand and
I wonder
going,
whether it's worth it to do
build.
here.
Yeah, because I mean, digging turn 2, you're giving away a card,
I'll also
and then
battle
battling sympathy. He didn't give away a card for sympathy though, so that's good.
He is going to give. Oh no,
Oh.
no, he's not. Never mind. Okay, I guess Bot really wanted to keep that sympathy there, so I expect we're going to see a revolt in that clearing.
I'll sway.
Interesting negotiation there.
3 cards.
Yeah.
For 2
That's a
points.
Now he's swayed a noble. Okay, he's got it. Never mind. I thought he might have lost it with that losing that mouse clearing, but that is okay.
wait. Where's his? Oh, he's up there with the Eyrie.
Alright.
He's up there at the area, so he's okay.
I think there's a dominus card. Let me
All
grab it.
right. We got a
Yeah,
hated
that-
outcast bunny, but no acolytes.
I think we may see him build soon. He has T.
Yeah.
No conspiracies. Here's my hand.
I think he might be building. He might be taking over that
Oh, it worked that
double
time.
build mouse clearing. We'll see.
All right, so
Mhm.
with the 2 Fox cards, I'm going to recruit into Fox and then build a Fox Garden.
That's a good way to go. And it looks like he wants to keep those just because of crafting, so he's not going to score,
With
which
the
I
mouse card,
begrudgingly can accept.
right here.
Yeah, but it's so.
And with the
I
You
think
really
it's-
cannot fall behind as lizards. They have no. The problem with lizards, in my opinion, is they have very little
Alright,
burst
that'll
potential.
be-
I mean, no
you know,
burst
I will
potential
act,
really.
swap
And if you fall
these.
behind, like last night I played, and I scored 10 points in one turn of lizards, but that required crafting coins twice in the same turn.
Alright,
So I mean, that just
Wow.
doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So like,
And like,
moles can score 10 points like with no problem, like almost no
Right.
problem. But
and
lizards,
I mean, with the lizards right now, they had a guaranteed 2 points for scoring versus the
Mhm.
potential 3 points from coins, which they don't even have a second garden down for.
yeah,
So
and it doesn't look. I mean, look at the board. I mean, they have. Oh, he's trying to get up that north one. I mean, it's going to take him so long, probably, to get that second bunny
yeah,
card.
he's going
I
to
don't
need
know.
2
We'll
more
see.
recruits in that clearing. So we'll see what happens. But maybe he's hoping for some acolytes. I'm not quite sure.
On to evening.
Well, the other problem with lizards is like, okay, so you got those 2 bunny gardens down. Now you got to get the outcast a bunny, and sometimes,
Mhm.
like last night, the outcast was fox for like the first 8 turns. I just could not get it a bunny, no matter what I did, because the table was like not going to get it a bunny, and it finally did, but it took forever. And
Yeah.
but by the time he
It's-
finally gets it a bunny, he might be under attack. I mean, we never know.
Never know. So, all right, it looks like we got a recruit in the Woodland Alliance. So, we did get a revolt in that clearing as expected.
Yep.
So, at least they're on the map, which is good.
That's probably the second best clearing, probably.
Ooh, this seems a little dangerous for Eyrie having a recruit in mouse with only 1 mouse roost. But maybe they're planning on getting a second one. I don't know. I don't see a very easy place for them to put down a second mouse roost.
Well, he's going to turmoil soon, so maybe he's just like.
Here.
But I'm not sure.
Preparing for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well,
2 warriors.
Well, it looks like that fox clearing and the bunny clearing are the 2 easiest place to put roosts before he turmoils.
1 to this clearing, 1 to this clearing,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna build 2 roosts again.
Yep.
yeah, I think he realizes that this is probably his last turn. So
I'm gonna score 4 points.
He's about to turmoil because there's the only other bunny clearing is the lizard's home area, which is I don't think he's getting to.
well, he can get to the bottom right also.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know, man.
That's true.
But I think he.
might appear as if.
I mean, he knows he only has 1 more turn
going
left.
hard
So
after you. It's really not that.
I like this. Is a very. So far, this is a
cards that I need to actually
certainly by Eyrie. This is
get
an
near the
extremely
birds, 'cause that's what
aggressive
I'd rather
start.
be.
I like
My
it.
Yeah.
opening hand really limited my possibilities. So
I understand.
I want, but we have. I don't want you to feel like
Derm, I totally agree. Moles should.
try to ward me off at the same time.
If moles do not challenge Eyrie right now, Erie's going to be very ahead by a lot.
I honestly think the mole should wait until the Eyrie
in
turmoils,
terms of the birds.
because after the turmoil, then he's gonna you'll be able to basically force the turmoil.
Expect to turmoil this.
Because if he goes after them now, then they can avoid turmoiling for 1 more turn.
Well, no, not if he kills that up.
Not if he goes the mouse box.
clearing. Yeah.
Mouse clearing. That's true. That's true.
And he has 3 mouse cards that we saw. I'm not sure he wants to get rid of them, but
Bob, because I have the same hand problems. Right, Mole and Burrow.
It looks like we also had some.
Finalize my speech by saying, "You tell me what you need me to do to make it easier for you to do what we need to do as a table."
I'm surprised there's not as many bot groupies in chat that I normally see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you
We're
got.
out
yeah,
for
we're- we
bot
are-
groupies.
Yeah, enough forces.
We are
we
missing
too early
humble
for them?
checkmate. Maybe. But I do appreciate how BotBot is now trying to talk to the table and get moles to not come after him.
BotBot, I've played a lot with BotBot as well, and he is definitely one of the premier table negotiators for sure. Even in just standard casual LFG games, he is always fighting.
Definitely get down
for other people to do stuff, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna have the troops to do so if it's fortified.
If you really want.
So, just some interesting.
Make him turn on recruit by taking this out.
That's what I
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm considering. But it
your best bet.
would be quite weak. So I don't know. But what the heck? Let's do it. Let's dig
Okay. Oh, we got a third dig.
to here.
Wow, what card is he using? Oh,
That's my
bunny
daylight
or a bird?
actions.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
I like
Yeah.
to dig with. I love to dig with bird cards as moles because you're giving them up anyways, probably for. So
Good point.
might as well use them to spread and cause pressure.
All right.
There's a hairy.
Yeah. And just looking at some of the stats, it looks like EDU has won before, or EU has won before as the Duchy. So he is playing one of his stronger suits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, I like the position he's going to be in, knowing what he has in his hand. He has a lot of crafting points in his hand that he can,
No ambush.
All right.
kind of sit on for a while and then all of a sudden just burst.
All right, and ooh, we got a 3-1 for a roll. That is a good roll for the moles. And there is the guaranteed turmoil for the Eyrie.
Over here. Can you play an ambush? Pop up.
Oh, in the rabbit clearing?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're going? Sorry, I missed that. No ambush. So I just need a rabbit card.
Yeah, I still don't have a rabbit card. So
Okay.
if you want,
We can't see it here.
I have the same cards as last turn plus the bird, but have a look. All right, so that's Bridget. I haven't revealed them, but that's fine. And then I have I still have the mayor.
Moles are definitely in a very good position here, I think.
Yeah, I mean they're spread out, but
You could go
he can kind of buy his time
Build this roost.
and get those crafting
That's
points
true. I know. About that.
almost any time he wants.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
I'll do is I'll just.
I'm very curious to see which
I love it.
what he's going this way next.
I assume he'll. I mean, he could sway Banker if he wanted to.
Oh.
I always like to have Banker out for sure. Oh wow, he fought the Fox clearing too.
Thank you.
No, he went after the lizards and gave him an acolyte, which is quite interesting. Although right now the lizards are changing suit, so one acolyte's not going to do too much for them.
Yeah, if Mole's plan on building, that probably wasn't
Let's do the banker.
ideal, but
Now that we can still afford it.
Oh, okay, we're going for Banker for our third one, so interesting
Yeah.
choice.
oh, I love
Oh, and I'll.
Banker. I mean, I think Mayor is the most broken card in almost the entire game, and Banker is one of the reasons why.
Conspiracies.
You want for especially in.
Ooh, a real funny ambush.
So,
I think in tournament play, you definitely need Banker out because
put
as you get closer to victory as moles, you're going to get
those two
just absolutely
green
destroyed.
cards.
And Banker is one of your keys to victory because you can score 5 points
Make
with
those
Banker
work.
Mayor without batting an eye as long as
Excellent.
you have a full hand.
That mouse. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put another guy here. Make the moles feel welcome. And then. What an.
All right, now let's see if he will score because he really should.
Be careful about.
I know he wants those points so bad, but I mean he's already down 9
after you use
points.
them just because of the way that the rule works.
I think
is that they're
he-
revealed, so they're out
What's
on
the
field.
outcast? Is it
So
still
they're-
Mouse?
Okay.
The outcast is now Mouse, yeah.
That's the worst. His worst scenario because he doesn't have anything going on in Mouse.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I definitely think right now, like, both those cards, while good for crafting, like, they're guaranteed. The fox card is guaranteed, or
I
the
think
sword
I'm
card
going
is
to
guaranteed 2 points if
use
he scores
this
with it
card
either
to
way
recruit.
Yeah, I
versus
would.
crafting with it.
I
So
agree. I'd
I
give up
think
the
it's time to
sword.
start scoring.
And then you discard the other card to score 2.
There we go. Got some points on the board.
Yeah,
This
if you
is Risano's first time playing Lizards in the
Rather than
tournament,
discard anything,
so
I'm just going to craft rabbit partisans because that's funny.
Mm,
you cannot do that because you are not in Rabbit
oh,
Outcast.
yeah, you can't do that.
There we go.
All right, I guess
It would have been a great
that's all
move,
my
but
turn.
could not do that. So we'll see what he discards
Alright,
to
no
see if he can
revolt.
control the
Then I
outcast
will
suit.
spread sympathy.
Okay, now which direction will Bop Bop be going with his sympathy spread? Okay, going into lizard territory.
For 1 point.
Mm. I know he's probably annoyed that the moles keep taking his sympathy off, but I don't think it's that bad, really.
No. But if he also can spread in that direction, it's probably a good start. So
I think my biggest problem with Woodland, and I mean, is you're a good Woodland player. I'm curious to hear. Like, my biggest problem is I try to spread where it's going to stay, but then my supporter stack is always like
Then I will craft
nothing.
hammer.
It's like just nothing, and like I feel
I'll
like
give you 2.
it's hard to keep up sometimes because I have like one supporter because I'm always
I go
putting
into
sympathy
my
where it's not going to get hit. And I don't know, sometimes it feels like it's better to get hit sometimes.
oh yeah.
Recruit.
I wonder if he has the cards to revolt in a fox though, and he wants to guarantee that.
Draw 2 cards.
That's true. Because yeah, those 2 bases would be super strong.
Add.
All right, now let's see what Kyle's going to do before he turmoils.
A couple fox recruits. That's about it.
Then
That's
If he
it,
has fox
yeah.
cards, he
So
needs to
all
dump
these
them into
cards
fox.
Go into.
All right, so he's going to lose 3
So
points
you're
from
going
that
over
turmoil.
'cause you've got
So yeah, that's a net 0. So that's not a
It's not that bad. He's
that's
really
not a
So you get
that's not a bad place for
Net plus
the
1.
Eyrie to be.
It's almost. I think it's 100%. He's coming out
So
charismatic.
Despot will be disposed.
Let's
Get
see.
out of here.
It looks like he might be considering commander,
Oof.
I think.
which I think it would be too easy for that. I think charismatic. Yeah, charismatic is the way to go.
So I'm gonna net
I mean,
0.
commander. You'll
Or
just
I'm gonna net 1, I guess,
you'll
with
have
the
no
craft.
troops on the
Draw
board.
2.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, if he went commander, he would have no board presence after about a turn or 2.
Yeah, and I think with the moles, especially leading the pack, it's definitely going to be up to the Eyrie to do a bit more battling. So I do. Now Kyle's been our leading player for most of this tournament.
Yeah, I've actually never played with Kyle either, but yeah, he's very strong. I like it.
Yeah, but I do believe that this is our first time seeing him go Eyrie. He's gone Lizard Cult twice in this tournament and won with them once, but we have not yet seen him do an Eyrie fight. So I'm definitely curious to see. And he also went with the Despot high build to start, so that's not a strategy we've seen often in this tournament.
I like unusual strategies for sure. After playing hundreds of root games, when you throw out something unusual, it's always fun.
This saboteurs and travel gear with the banker for 2 points.
Okay, so he's starting to use the banker to score points.
Not a huge fan.
No,
I mean, it does put him in a lead, but that
Okay. Then
I don't know. I would get a lord out.
that's banker.
It's 3. If you get a lord out, you're still scoring 3 points,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not giving up the cards. You'd give up the
Yeah.
bird card, but
But
I don't
you'd
know.
still have that ability, and I mean, he does have all 3 tunnels out right now, and decently defended. Especially
Yes,
since he's
he could
got
have
those 3
easily.
holes.
Yeah,
in
he
the
could have
burrow.
easily swayed Duchess of Mud right now and forced the Eyrie to come after him, which they probably would have. But I don't know. I mean, they're going to come after him anyway. So he's at 11 points. I mean,
It's
I don't
true.
know.
I'll use,
See.
He is the target already, so.
to attack the sympathy over.
But I mean, yeah, in my decision making with moles, like if I can get a lord out, I'm always going to get a lord out instead of banker
see.
because one, I don't lose the cards or most of the cards, and
I'm gonna ambush you.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we got
Oh,
an ambush.
ambush?
Oh, there's an undefended tunnel now.
I'm not.
I don't know if that was
What do you think about that
but-
play? Do you think it was worth keeping the sympathy out there, or because the ambush card is nice to have because he can train any officer he wants with it?
So
I think it
Um,
depends on what Botbot has in his hand. If he has another card to train an officer, I think it probably is okay. But
Yeah.
if he does not have that card to train, he should have kept it. Because being able to move and organize as the Woodland Alliance is much more powerful.
I think I'm
Mhm.
actually-
It's a mouse.
Oh, damn it. Well, never mind.
All right. Well, okay. So the lizards might be getting some acolytes here, which I would think they would want.
You already died.
Everyone's dead. That was a very,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
about
moles are
that.
very
playing.
death-heavy turn for the moles.
Let's move.
Yeah,
Lots
that-
4 warriors.
that- Not
So you can draw a card as
Rabbit card for me.
like if he was at say 5 points right now, I'd say that's okay. But now he has to give a Eyrie.
Well,
He's giving
they
another
don't get to
woodland
see
card
them
just for moving in
every
there.
time.
Yikes! This is
You can see
They
this.
don't get to see them. You don't have to reveal them. I just
He has the 2 mouse cards though, so
that's
no, I know he's,
He's
not
not
giving him a card, but
exactly-
he's still getting a free card though.
Five,
So
one more.
yeah, he's still given. Yeah, but I think it might be better than leaving that tunnel undefended. But I'm not. Not really.
To reinforce.
yeah, I mean it definitely was not the
Um.
strongest mole
That's my
minister
second noble.
run there. We
and
saw
then
what
I'll reveal these
2
cards.
dead to an ambush,
Sway.
2 dead to lizards.
Let's sway.
Mhm.
Because the biggest problem is I think he is
Say squire.
in the lead. So
Yeah.
you want more
One of the
troops on
risky-
board.
The risky thing about attacking the lizards in the mole in that mouse clearing is now the lizards have hated mouse and 3 acolytes, and
hated mouse.
really there's not many. There's a lot of moles in mouse clearings,
Yeah,
so
you
that
get
is
this-
quite an easy target.
And I think I will swap meet the moles.
Ooh, take going after moles cards.
because he saw that moles have tea and moles have coins. At least they did. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
Yes, Germ, 100% too early for banker. As a banker connoisseur myself, I mean, I really don't. I use banker sometimes mid game when you have 5 cards and you really only need 4 cards for moles because 4 cards sways a lord. So you always have kind of like extra cards. So I either use that extra card to dig. If I'm not digging, then I'm just throwing it away for banker because you're going to get a card back anyways.
Similar to
Right.
my speech to the moles earlier, I have a similar speech to you in terms of now the moles seem to be in really strong position
That's true.
with the banker and
Shiro, the faction unpicked was
I'm
cats.
certainly willing to be chill with you. Like I'm not going to revolt here.
You're not gonna blow those 2 poor lizards up.
No. If that means anything to you, if it doesn't, then I don't know. I don't know that you'd want to waste lights on getting rid of it, but
That's true.
I will say that
for me.
I've always disliked that revolts don't lead to acolytes. I think that's one of the biggest things about lizards I dislike.
Totally. I think acolytes should be anytime they're removed from the board.
But I don't know if
I would agree with that as well.
I think that would be a fairly minor buff, but it would have a big impact
I think it would
on
help
Lizard
card
play
you
at
take
least.
from him though.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what makes the Lizards also pretty helpless against the Woodland Alliance, is because the
Yeah.
Woodland
Even
Alliance
if you
can
take
hurt
all
them
three, you'll still have the
without
tunnel there,
without
which-
them getting anything from it, like they
Yep.
normally
Somebody
would.
could- Birds could even beat it.
I mean, I see why thematically it's in
Yeah,
battle,
she's
but I
slowing
agree.
down a
I think
little and needs to have less
it's too
warriors.
damaging.
What card did you give him?
Mhm. Especially with
Give him
bomb being a thing too from Corvids.
I believe it was
Yeah,
Punch Card.
exactly.
Okay.
So now the question is,
But
will
I'm
he
assuming
go
for,
after the
um,
Woodland Alliance or the
right?
moles? Because I believe
if
those are
somebody gives me a
his
rabbit
only
card, I can.
options.
No, I can't give you
Um,
a rabbit card.
What do you think about using acolytes now? I mean, I generally I like to save my acolytes for
I mean, I don't know what
like
my
a desperate
system
situation where I think like, okay, I
it's very
really
scary
need
put out
to
buildings right now.
shift the tide. Now
I-
the moles are way ahead. I mean, they
Yeah.
are
I'm gonna convert
Yeah.
3 of those moles right there.
My own I
You
would
could
do
use
that
doing it.
if
two of them
as
and use
long
the third one for the
as
I was thinking about
And
that,
then-
but I want to have a guy. I want to have people left over.
Yeah, that's
if
fair.
he has 2 to 3 mouse cards in his hand, that is the good
Mhm.
move, because he
Yeah.
can put down those 2 gardens and he can score. He has his two solid clearings with double building areas.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is a bad move to do earlier, just because he can also increase that card draw if he has that.
You guys didn't
If he
Yeah.
doesn't have that, then I'm not. He doesn't have that, so I'm not quite sure
So
if I
here's
totally
my
agree.
cards. I'm going to first build a rabbit.
Yeah, he
garden
does.
here,
He's going to build one
with
mouse
the
garden.
ambush, and then score 2 points with this.
Okay, so he's scoring 4 points though this turn with Fox and Mouse, and
Yeah,
so
he can get rid of
he's-
informants. He can get rid of
Points as well.
that rabbit partisans. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's
so
not.
I
He's
mean, it's
actually.
not.
He's not in a bad spot. Nope, he's not in a bad
No,
spot.
he's not. And like
Use this
getting the triple draw isn't
to build a mouse garden
the
right
worst way to go. So I don't think it's a bad decision.
then
I just think
I
it's
am
he could have
going
also
to-
saved them for later. But I have seen games where with the outcast conflict
warrior
changing, they don't have that hated outcast option,
Mhm.
and so you want to take advantage of it when you have it as well. If you have that ability in the spot, especially to convert an entire clearing.
Yeah. One reason I don't like to personally do 3 gardens too is your hand management becomes more complicated at that point, because when you're only doing 2, you can
those 2 lizards.
like ideally when I'm doing 2 gardens, I want usually
No
2 of each
sympathy
card.
spread
Like
either.
2 like if I'm doing
Interestingly enough,
rabbit
three
and
cards.
mouse, I just want
If
2
that puts
2
anything in my
rabbits,
hand,
2 mouse, and a
my
bird
scores-
card is my 5th card.
Is it
Because
nothing?
the bird card
Mhm.
I can use as
Just a
my
bunch of mice.
dom swap
Spread here if
for
I might.
if those are out
That's
there,
true, too.
and then I can just keep
but I will
reinforcing
use
or
this
expanding my gardens in
for
those
dominance
2 clearings.
to
But once you get to
train an
3,
officer.
then now you have like, okay, now I have to have at least 1 of each card.
Yay.
So that's now 60% of my deck I'm scoring with. And so then the other 2 I'm
evening
sort of reinforcing. I mean, it's just I don't know. 6 points a turn is obviously
there for
the lizard
Maybe
dream
1 point.
because
It is, yes. But I mean, with the hope that if he doesn't draw, he's always got at least 2
super
points
strong
with
over here.
what he has out now, and with the
Mhm.
Dom card out for bunnies, he's in a very good position. And I understand
Yeah.
why he kind of forced the bunny gardens just due to having that Dom out.
yeah, he's
Really want-
sure when he kept coins, he thought he would have coins by this point already crafted, but it's actually not that bad.
Just the hard
I'm beginning to
feeling
think
of the
sometimes you
whole is
want
that
to save those
we don't
crafts
go
for
that hard,
like as
we don't
long as
stop
you
it.
can.
And I-
Um,
It's gonna need to be consistent.
especially if you,
battling him.
I mean, obviously no one's
Considering
crafting them anytime soon,
Is that true?
because
Yes.
moles aren't building.
Yeah.
That's the only way that we
And
can.
you know exactly where Eyrie is.
Right now.
You know if he's in
Mhm.
2 bunnies, and
Especially with Banker. That's a dangerous card for small mole to have. Well, not,
You only
it's
draw
not a
one
great
card.
card.
Rodney, yes, he didn't really intentionally turmoil when he turmoiled, but he did double build.
I'm not gonna do that.
So he
With
was
the colored
turmoiling,
build.
yeah, with a bunny build. So he was definitely turmoiling at some point, but then he put some
Okay.
Sure it's a near
Colored cards
future.
into
Near future
recruit.
being like my following turn.
and
right.
Cable took advantage of it.
I will prove that.
But I
to
think the
you
plan was
by
for him to
putting
turmoil
another bird
pretty
in
soon,
recruit.
anyways. Maybe one turn sooner, he hoped.
Actually, I want to swap that. I want a fox recruit in a bird battle.
Wow.
Ooh, doing a
Wow, this
colored
is
colored
aggressive.
recruit.
No, color.
Right.
Oh, he is switching it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, he switched, which I don't personally agree with.
Like
But
warriors.
Yeah.
Clearing right here, and 2 warriors to
Okay.
this clearing right here.
Yeah, this is really
For my
aggressive.
double battle, I'd like to battle the sympathy there.
Yep,
I mean, it's going to be hard to
The
turmoil
fox
this
card,
because
if
he
you
already
will.
I
owns
don't have one. You can look at my
2 fox clearings.
Give you a
But
point.
I mean, if Lizards get some acolytes,
And then I would also
all it takes is
the
4 if
mole
it's
there.
fox hated to
Magic
just
damage.
ruin your day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ooh,
All right, and gotta
I
swap
told
for
you that mole was a
getting
killer.
rid of like.
Okay, that is my turn. So I'm gonna score 3 points, and I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Okay. So it looks like he's just kind of fortifying his position a bit.
Yeah.
So now I'm very curious to see what the moles are gonna do.
Just thinking through this. Like, yeah, I'm small.
Well, the moles have very little board presence right now, and if I was this mole player, I would just take a turn,
You're
fortifying my board position. He only has 3 cards. It looks like that's another problem with the banker stuff is you're
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
losing
At
cards.
this point, would it be better to abandon that tunnel?
My burrow.
Which one? The upper right?
No, the one on the left side of the map with
With the
fox-
lizards?
Actions.
Yeah, with the lizards.
Oh yeah, I just forget it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't go attack lizards right now. I think that would be. I think he just wants to fortify his guys, sway another squire, and call it a turn and start the aggression next turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. He's in an interesting. Yeah, the turn where he lost. He lost like 4 himself when he did a couple of battles, and then
Okay.
lizards took another 3. So he lost 7 moles off the
that's
board.
all my regular actions.
That's a
painful.
lot to lose.
That is a lot to
I'll
lose,
use my banker.
especially when you have
Oh.
no citadels, so you're recruiting just
for
one
this
dude.
rabbit.
I got you 1 point.
Oh, he's putting the outcast back in rabbit, so that'll give Rusana the ability to score those coins that he's been holding.
And then
Is he digging with that? Is that what's happening?
He used the banker to score it.
Oh,
I can
This
already
is-
tell you're not feeling
yeah.
great about that.
Yeah, it's just a slow point generation. I mean, he's making
Yeah.
like a point. He's going to make 1 point from that. 1 point. I mean, he's going to battle a few times. I guess he's going to score 3, so he'll kind of keep in pace with Eyrie.
But he is kind of choosing the immediate points over
Long-term engine, exactly.
over a
Right.
long-term engine right now.
Right, because I mean, he could have basically swayed Lord the last 2 turns for 6 points. Now, there's something to be said for not getting way ahead as moles.
No ambush.
You don't want to be like the super threat either.
Yeah, you can have.
That's true.
So this could be like 4D chess, where he's like, all right, I'm just going to creep a couple points ahead so people don't think I'm the strongest.
Oh, we got 5 supporters for the Woodland Alliance too, though. That looks like it could be
This is wonderful.
Yeah,
starting to get dangerous over there, but we'll see.
Hope everyone dies.
Up. Okay.
Is that 2-2?
2-2.
Yeah.
Okay, and undefended roost. But let's see. He still has his mayor,
Wow.
so he could battle it again.
oh,
Get
gosh,
rid of it.
he has 4 moles on the board. This is really tough.
The 5. He's got
Oh, yes,
5.
5. Oh, 5. Sorry.
It's so much more than 4.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, it's like 20%. I mean, he's doing good.
All right. So
Oh,
then
3 in the
gets a
burrow.
point.
True, he does have 3 in the
Uh,
burrow,
I
so he does.
will reveal these
Those
two
do
cards
technically count because they get on the
to
board very
get
quickly.
a formal in
I'm
play.
going formal. Very
Well,
interesting.
formal is definitely that is a card that I used to think was like. I mean, I used to do
Enter.
no builds a lot, and formal was
Right, so it
never
looks
swayed
like we
ever.
are going to bunny now.
If I ever just squires, I'd sway the other two every time. But formal, especially late game, is
Mhm.
Think
because moles. I think moles like small mole when it was
swap meet the
the like month or two where it was really good. You could win with small mole just by itself.
Oh, thank you.
But I think as people figured it out, you needed to you needed to go from small mole to swole mole, which is like putting some buildings down and just
I don't know.
doing building stuff near the end of the
I
game.
don't think we can.
And
control
formal
that. It's supposed to be random.
is shockingly good because of Mayor, which is again,
game
my
the system.
opinion,
Right.
probably
No, it
the
is a
card,
random card, unfortunately.
one of the most broken cards in the game. And because you could literally build 3 times in one turn
Here, I'll
as moles.
I'll let you keep that
Um,
card.
You could build 4 times in one turn as moles, but that'd probably be aggressive. But you can score these crafting points late in the game very easily with moles. You can 4 mole using any card,
So here's my
and then
hand.
Mayor
I will use
using
that
any
bird
card to build like
sacrifice
2
a
bunny
guy.
buildings, and then just score
I'm going to
coins like
discard
right
this
then.
Fox card to
And
score 2 points.
Their crafting ability is very
I'm
high
going to discard this bunny
when
card.
you
Yeah.
go for it.
Points.
Now you're exposing your buildings, but late game you probably don't even care if you're close enough.
These two.
It's true. We got looks like we had a really big score point turn from Lizards.
Yep, I assume he's going to
two
craft
two
coins
sco-
too.
I think he scored two suits, and then he's probably gonna score those craft those coins. So stealing a term from last night. Can we get a lizard hail in chat?
Another guy up here.
Hail the Dragon King.
And I'll pick these up. And I will craft these coins for 3.
There we go.
Appreciated. This is literally the best emote ever. I love it so much.
All right, now I'm done.
I mean, lizards are in a very strong position.
They are.
Everybody's a problem.
He
except
is.
for me now.
He is. Not only is he everywhere, he is well
Call
defended.
myself a problem.
He is
His
very well defended, and
his
now I'm
weakest garden is that mouse garden, and he probably doesn't even care if he
Worshipers of
loses
our
that
God.
one. But his fox gardens are. I mean, there's no one that can actually. I mean, moles are so decimated.
I think I have to.
Moles have no chance of slowing him.
I agree.
And Eyrie,
Oh.
Those 4
Eyrie will
points.
have the chance, but I assume
Yeah.
he's revolting in that fox clearing.
Someone with
Yep.
He is, but that is also a risky strategy because it puts the fox dom out, and so now he has 2 guaranteed ways to get scoring.
Yep. If he just draws, that's what I love as lizards too. With his doms are out. If you draw poorly and you draw like 3 birds, you're like, okay, no big deal. I'll just swap, no problem.
I feel like just threatening that for the lizards will do a little bit at least.
This is an interesting game because the moles are in the lead,
About the moles.
But they have so little presence.
I'm just not sure they're in the best position because like when you're moles. I mean, it's not a good strategy, and I shouldn't say like I like to do this because I've lost twice in the tournament doing this. But I mean, I like to where he's at right now. I like to do my burst turn as moles, so I like to go from about 16 to like 24, 25,
Still has 3 cards.
and basically win with like banker plus killing cardboard. So I mean, you can win in 2 turns at this point if you're. But I mean, he won't be able to because his
I think if you had
cards are not good right now and his board presence is bad. But this is
honestly
where moles can usually
be in the lizard.
have a mid-game burst, where a lot of factions can't do that mid-game burst like moles can.
Battling it so much, right?
Yeah, so it's really not
Like
good for you.
like Woodland can do that late-game burst.
He loves his mouse.
It's not really late game. I guess it's kind of mid-game, but
And
it's
also,
usually late game for other factions,
and
and
you are
Woodland's
able
just
to
hanging
roll
around
in
at like
that money
15, and it's like,
and just take
oh, they're okay, and then all of a sudden they just win.
That's also worth it.
Right.
But this is where I like to just be super aggressive as moles. but I haven't managed to hold on to that victory. So maybe it's not the best idea,
Use
but
these 2 cards to
I
spread
always think I'm
sympathy
about to do it, and then I fail. So who knows?
here. 1 point.
Ooh, that sympathy spread and the
And
lizards
I will
clearing theirs very interesting.
This, but
Yeah, because he does not have a bunny base, so that would be terrible
I'm gonna
for
trade
the
it.
lizards to lose.
Third card.
It would be. But they do have the double build garden clearing on the top of the map, so there's a way to
true.
recover.
Doing more
That is
for me.
true.
But losing those 4 guys would be quite
And I
unfortunate.
will
It's at times like this I do wish that.
this.
Whoa. I'm gonna just say thanks to Ancient Slumber for gifting 5
Oh,
tier 1
yeah.
subs.
Use 1 to recruit.
It's much appreciated on
Thank
behalf of
you.
Garrick. But going back, it's times like this the lizards do always want to have at least 2 acolytes to be able to crusade either out of corners or to go fighting into corners.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to be able to kill that sympathy and not have to worry about it. But then he still has to give
Now I can
2
draw
sympathy in.
2 cards.
Yeah, I mean, Woodland, don't count Woodland out here. They have
No.
he's in 2 of the premier clearings for Woodland. He has 5 officers.
That's where this game is going.
Woodland Alliance is very good at making it seem like they are not in the lead when they are.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's their special power.
yeah. All you got to do is get to that end of that track, and you're just
4 up here.
scoring insane
That's
points.
a lot of bird boys.
I think the highest Woodland turn I've ever seen is 18 points.
Shit, I have a
It's
double.
just
Yep.
insane.
Um,
I think that's the highest turn I've ever seen of any faction.
But you can only move once.
That's true. And
I don't think I can do.
right now he's got 4 officers too. So
I think he has 5 actually.
or does he? I'm only
Yeah.
seeing the 4.
Well, I'll selfishly offer
Okay.
this clearing because
I am scared
no matter
to go into that clearing. Yes.
Yeah, he has 5. Oh no, he doesn't. He only has 4. You're right.
on.
Sorry, he does not
Okay.
have 5.
I mean,
My
the
bad.
reason obviously, it benefits me because I would get 2 if you.
Yeah, 4 isn't quite enough.
So
I like to
no matter
have.
what, you're gonna get 2 battles.
Well, I got.
I mean, 6 late games.
The mouse garden, no matter what. I got to build if I'm
Yeah,
doing.
he'd have to do.
But I don't. I mean, there's a lot of
I just want to see.
interesting things with Woodland you can do, like moving guys to protect sympathy, and
There are no
I
ambushes.
usually just move organize. So almost every officer is just move organize. So I like to have 6 late game, so I can do it 3 times, and usually in those high point ones. I'm surprised he hasn't managed to get any of like the strong Woodland cards to craft, like
Yeah.
Vintage Spice or Propaganda Bureau or
Yeah, we're seeing surprisingly little crafting of like card effects this game. Lizards really
Yeah.
are the only ones who've done anything.
4.
well, moles aren't building, so
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let's build. That's the better decision.
Okay, so where are we going? Who are we going after though? Oh, okay, no, maybe not.
Take mouse out of build. Are you guys
Did
okay
you
with
just
that?
put that there?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine with me,
Okay.
but I have an ulterior motive.
I mean, there is a tournament standard that once you leave a phase of your turn, that you can't go back, and technically that's in Birdsong, and I think you're currently in the redesign.
yeah, this is. I mean,
Play it by the book. That's the right way to go.
That's why I'm asking you guys. It's your choice. I'm okay running the rest.
like the scoreboard
okay
would
with the table
seem to
also.
indicate
On that, we get to govern this ourselves.
I personally
moles in the lead, but
because like he didn't roll.
lizards and
there's no
Woodland
real,
are
like new information
in a far stronger
like, shown.
position.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Erie's kind of.
Okay.
I mean, we're
They're not in a bad
probably
position,
sort of
but they're
setting
not in a
standard
great
for
position either.
the adherence. To
Yeah, no, they're catching up in a way because their engine's a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
Because I mean, one problem they have right now is they can't really
I'm
build
gonna keep the 4 there. I'm gonna
in that lizard mouse clearing. They can't build in the woodland fox clearing. I mean, they can,
That's my bag.
but they have to put some work into it.
Yeah, I'll slap the tunnel for a point. Would you like to ambush me?
Well, as you said, there's no ambushes left, so no.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna refill that tunnel. Put all the dirt back in there.
Gets you a point too. That's
Alright,
convenient.
and so where his second battle, is that going to be against the sympathy or is it'll be against the
You did
lizards?
not. You did not give me
Yeah.
a card.
Take this card. So it is a mouse. I'm tempted to hit the sympathy, but also I want to hit the lizards.
I don't really think hitting the lizards there is going to do much damage.
I'm gonna hit the sympathy for a point. Would you know?
Yeah.
All right, yep.
So I'll get a point for that.
Nope.
Guaranteed point is definitely a good way to go, but it does feed the
I know. And feeding them cards.
I will get 2 points.
always a risky strategy.
Having 3 roosts on the board,
But
and then
he could be also feeding him. I think he drew a random card, so he could
Warrior in the
hope
Duchy.
that he can
Not helpful.
hurt the lizards in that lower corner. But then
It's
and he
true.
has 3 bases out, though. I'm not sure. I don't know how you feel about Woodland. I mean, 3 bases seems overkill usually.
It can really limit their potential because they don't want that many warriors out on the board.
Right.
And defending 3 bases is really difficult
Yeah.
with,
I mean,
with
you
that
can't-
ability.
You can't put 2 guys on each base usually because
okay,
that's
well,
what
actually,
4
that's
officers.
true.
That's not going to get you the actions.
I don't think I can build.
You can't defend your bases and have all 3 of them out, so it's definitely risky, and it can really hurt you more than it can help in times.
Right now.
All right, it seems like moles are kind of feeling a little hurt with their engine, which
Yeah.
I'm not surprised considering I feel like their engine's not
Yeah,
stalled out a
last turn-
little bit.
Last turn, I think he needed this to take a turn off and just build up his
Rebuild.
cards. Yeah.
And it looks like he's probably being forced to do that this turn, just because there's not much else he can do.
I mean, you don't, as a mole player, you don't want 3 cards mid game, and he has 3 cards right now. You need,
Crucano.
especially if you're going no build, because you're not, your card draws 1,
If
so you just cannot give them up. I mean,
as long as you're holding, you can do 1.
cards
2,
are
4, 5.
are basically the mole's
And
resource.
you can put them in
Like without the
low rows.
cards, the moles
That's
are
fancy. Thank you.
going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I think I played Root on here for 6
So-
months before I learned that you could do that.
That's why, and Germ will attest, like
Yeah, I just got tabletop.
Marine Broker is so broken for the moles. Like that's the card that gives you a
I'm gonna
card when someone else crafts items.
Yeah,
I mean, the
that seems
moles
like it
can-
could be.
Moles, that is so strong for the moles. It is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds okay.
So I guess the question here is, will he pivot to
So I'm gonna take
buildings?
I mean, if he still has that T,
Right,
I mean, it's just I'm not sure I'd make that move now because he looks really weak, and I think I would just get on the board, try to sway. I mean, he's already swayed all his nobles, so he's only going to score 1 point from a sway this turn.
So many moles.
I feel like you're misanalyzing the threats on the board, but go for your actions.
So he's
Okay.
he's staying in attack mode. It's just going to be
He's
hard.
staying in attack mode, and he's going after the birds, which I'm not sure how that will go. But Alliance might be is going to be an issue.
Pretty checking right now.
If it helps you, if you leave that, let's put it this way: you can deal with that later. I won't fortify it next turn if you trust me. I really want to hit the lizards right now, but if you hit that, I'm going to be forced to deal with my own stuff.
Yep, some negotiation happening here.
Yeah, well, I mean, with entanglement, you really do want to have that table talk.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to.
I'm not sure what my game plan is, honestly.
I'm not sure what my game plan is, honestly.
The problem is if I leave this up here, I can't build anywhere near it because you can just recruit 4 birds and.
I will not take a base out if you put it there. I do not think you're the immediate threat right now.
I like that. I like that idea of the moles, though.
I have the moles
Or
here.
the moles are saying basically, if he takes this roost out, then I can go build in these 2 corners. I can go build in that mouse clearing and not worry about getting attacked by you as much.
Take your actions, but you're forcing me to come right back after you. That's all I'm saying. Nothing more.
Mhm.
I mean, Yeah, but like, okay, if I don't take that action, I just like build over here. You're just gonna recruit.
You and I are gonna get caught in a pattern, dude. I'm gonna attack you. You're gonna attack me. Each fighting.
Yeah, Kyle sounds like he's gonna he's gonna feel like I feel when someone's attacking me, and I don't think they need to. Where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna attack you now.
First place, huh?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not getting point draw though. That's the thing. I got points last time for destroying Sympathy and Tunnel. Like right now, I'm literally gonna go in and slap a bunch of lizards silly.
Okay, I'll move here.
Well, looks like he was convinced.
And then second move
Mhm.
will be here. Gonna have to give you a card, and I hate that. Oh yeah, second move will be here actually.
Okay, so it looks like moles are just going to be doing a fortified turn then, since they're not really going after anyone.
I will use the forest mole to reveal this card, and I will put a market out here.
Build time.
He's building, and he revealed a fox ambush, which is interesting, especially since he's not really in any fox clearings.
I think that's one reason he probably went down to fight. In case birds had an ambush, he could counter it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will also say right now, I appreciate chat's modifying of the lizard emote. It's fantastic.
Let's move this mole back with Squire. And then I'll reveal these two cards to
Not using the mayor this turn.
a Squire for 1 point.
And it looks like alright, we got out all squires and
I will draw
nobles.
two cards now. And my turn.
The 2-card draw is not bad for him.
Right, so we're going over to Fox.
He didn't craft the T, which is interesting.
Well, that's
which is I don't disagree with. I'm fine with that. There's still 2 T's left.
Honestly, I just forgot.
You don't really want to
Swap meet. Get that.
put yourself in a bigger lead position.
Mm-hmm. Although now the lizard just swap meeting get the T from him, so that was
That's
risky
true.
moves.
That's true. That's true. If he loses the T here, then that's gonna hurt.
All right.
That will.
Which card? Oh, I can't even ask you if you're just going to do this. I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's this one.
It's
this one. I'm taking this one.
Oh.
3-card Monty.
You're kidding
5-card
me.
Monty.
Did you get?
I
I did get it.
think he did get it. Oh no. Poor
Painful.
moles.
What did I give? I had a mirror underneath it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Had a
And
mirror.
I don't remember, but is the T crafted with fox?
Here, I'll give you
No, mouse.
Mouse. Okay.
Oh yeah, what a great.
Don't feel
So, yeah,
bad. Never
the mole-
feel bad.
The moles could have.
Don't underestimate
The
the
moles
value
could
of
have crafted it last turn, and they chose not to.
I'll ask
I assume they chose not to.
I think they might have forgotten.
No. Okay. Well, then that's.
So
I mean, I probably in the position he was in, I probably wouldn't have crafted it because, like I said, I wouldn't want to take a
the hell I'm
a 4 to 5 point lead and be
Mhm.
targeted.
So I am going to
All
discard.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, discarding the
Derek said he
ambush.
forgot. No. Oh, that's a bummer.
That's quite a bummer. All right. Looks like
I am going to.
see
Yeah,
what he
lizards-
discards.
This is
Lizards are in a good position
Yeah,
right
they
now.
Discard
They should be feared.
2 points.
Yeah. If we get since we got these lizards going, let's get a lizard hail. I'll hail the Dragon
I'm
King.
gonna put
I just like saying that. It's so much fun.
lizards here.
All right. Yeah, they are really fortifying that position.
Oh yeah, he needs because he's going to be a target now. He needs as many acolytes to recover.
I'm gonna.
And now will he
wait,
craft
before I
that
go into the
boot?
next-
No, or
before I
false
go into the next
orders.
phase,
Oh, it's what Fox
I'm
right
gonna
now.
Activate my League
Yeah.
of Adventurous Mice
Oh, he has League of Adventurous Mice.
to battle
Nice.
this sympathy.
Oh, getting rid of the sympathy. And he doesn't have any bunny cards, so
League is such a great card for
I'm
lizards
only-
too.
I don't owe you any cards. I just showed you. I don't have any. I don't have any bunny cards.
So it looks like the only thing he can really craft right now is false orders. So
because your cards technically
wouldn't be the worst
with the
idea.
outcast, yeah, it's not the worst ideas, especially with
they don't come back into your
Oh,
hand
he only
until
has
they
2
remember
draws,
correctly.
but wouldn't be
Alright,
the
so you
worst
didn't have a rat
choices.
anyways,
Nope.
so it doesn't
I mean, he's
matter.
still drawing.
So
He
I
still has,
will
he has 3 cards
these go
currently,
up, and then I
so he'd
will
still
craft
draw to a
false
full
orders.
hand. Oh, he's going to craft it. I mean, it's.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is you're really putting it to use
And
for
then
someone
draw
else
3.
because you're probably not attacking with lizards. So it's like, okay, I'm going to move these guys, and maybe someone else will take it out.
hmm
Yikes.
And it also can help just like put your opponents in a worse position
gonna
or
vault.
put you in a safer position.
Right.
I definitely am going to be.
Well, yeah, because he could just move Eyrie away from him, forcing Eyrie to move, to waste a move just to get back to him, essentially.
Well, if he does the Eyrie out of that mouse clearing into woodland territory,
Yeah.
then
Force
the
give
Eyrie
up a
can't
card.
move. The
Oh,
Eyrie really
yeah.
can't move out of there,
Oh,
even
that's
move
true.
back,
Yeah.
because
That's
they
true.
won't control either way.
Oh, you're right. That is actually a really good move.
So there's definitely some good ways of splitting people up and making it so they have to go retreat pretty far back.
I don't know where it's going.
Now, even with Woodland with 2 bases, his sympathy track is not favorable right now because he's down in the lower
So I'm
areas.
going to spread 1 here.
Yeah,
Meaning
he's still in the 1 card.
Yeah, which
Oh, okay, well,
isn't,
now he's in 2.
but it's still low points, so it's not. So he's only probably scoring, 4 or 5 points this turn.
And lean potato, that is also a good point for false orders for the lizards. Yes, they could move warriors into a clearing that they can then convert them, or be able to actually move them or attack them. So that is also another option for the lizard cult.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one used, which is still a cool idea.
Now, normally I see false orders used as I'm going to move everything into this clearing that's definitely the Woodland Alliance is about to blow up. That's always a fun use of false orders.
Corvid Planners.
Ooh, Corvid Planners is fairly good for the Woodland Alliance. That is actually quite a scary card for them to have.
That is the OP card for Woodland.
They definitely want. The rest of the table definitely wants to find a saboteurs right now.
Check me out.
I'm checking you.
Because I'm putting the responsibility of following up on this on you. So I'm gonna go here and then organize 2 points. I'm gonna go here and organize 2 points.
Leaving that base undefended is a risky move, I feel like, for the Woodland Alliance.
Yeah, I don't want to leave bases undefended.
No. And if I was the area, I would take advantage of that, because right now the pack is fairly close, which means the Woodland Alliance is way ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's still in a good spot. I mean, definitely the 2 insurgent factions, the low reach factions, are definitely in the better spot. But the moles are slowly creeping back, though I'm hoping his
what do you want me to do?
Decisions
I'm just saying,
will be mole stronger.
That's all it is. It's 3 points for you.
Oh, you're just leaving the base?
Well, it's interesting because Garrick in the chat is saying that Botbot has done this before and is baiting them to take out that base because he cares less about it.
Gotten sympathy into this,
I'm not sure.
That's right there, right? And then I blew up your fox base and got you fox cards. You could relocate it, but because you put it in the mouse, it's kind of weird.
It's an interesting Woodland strategy. Like, I mean, if he has no fox or bird supporters, then
That's why I would have put it there.
I have 2 cards.
But losing half your officers is you got to re-recruit them.
Maybe I
Yeah.
overstated it.
I'm not sure. We'll see how it pans out because I assume someone's going to take that out because it's 2 free points.
For the moles.
Yeah.
Although that's going to cost 2 cards of the moles, so I don't know.
Interesting,
me,
Garrick.
it's
I
a
don't think
trap
I've ever
of
seen
some
that.
sort. I just don't know.
Yeah, and I still think it's a risky move to lose your officers and cards at this point. I feel like that's just a rough strategy at this point in time.
Reshuffle the deck, but yes. But here's a question: like, how?
I mean, he literally just did that. He made that decision right now. So
I mean, it's true, Garrick. If his supporters are no foxes or
They do
birds,
have
and
a
his
ton of
hand
well, he only
is
has one supporter.
okay, so it's probably not, obviously.
Considering I don't wanna-
And then
I
if
don't
his
wanna
hand is like
lizards
filled with
too
trashy
much
mouse
just
cards,
because of the
then he might
acolytes
be like,
effect.
okay.
Yeah,
But that's
fair.
such a niche
So we
situation.
just have to outrace them then.
Yeah, but and still losing 2 out of the 4 officers is
Dude, that's
no matter what, is always
rough.
going to be rough.
Yeah.
Game by 2 points, and I hate my life.
He had 6 officers, maybe I could understand.
It might be more clever than good. Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Hit the lizards. We need
I'll
to
see.
take into account controlling what the outcast.
Maybe it's 4D
is
chess,
that
and
they
it's
win
like
minimal.
he left it exposed, so they're gonna think he
Yeah.
must have some reason, so we're not gonna take it
know.
out.
Moles. I
I think right now as the table, I would be worried about Woodland Alliance just because they are keeping up with the pack and they can burst so easily.
Do whatever you want. I don't care. As long as our following turns, both of us collectively beat up on the lizards.
Yeah, I think right now they're focused a little too hard on the lizards, and I'm worried that that's
Which
gonna
also
bite
implies
them
we don't beat up on each other, right?
pretty badly.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna touch
that's
this.
one thing I just, gosh, it's just so hard as a
The next turn
lizard
that you want
to like
to both go for the lizards.
Yes,
Well,
maintain any lead because
okay.
you're just focused. But I mean, he does have good defenses.
I'm gonna try and get you a.
And if they take, I think if they take out that one mouse, I don't think he cares about that mouse garden
in case you wanna
whatsoever.
tank the
So worst case scenario, he loses a card.
lizards because that's a discarded card for him.
But the lizards do have. Oh no, they don't have items, so they can't.
Yeah, they can't do that again.
Empathy. Okay.
I think
I'm also worried that the Eyrie and the moles are spreading themselves a little too thin to be effective after this turn.
I'm gonna put a battle in Bunny.
Well, I'm curious what the moles are going to do next because they turtled up. Are they going to come back out to play? Ooh, bunny battle. So he might be picking a new
I'm
target.
gonna put a battle in Fox.
Oh man, quadruple battle, that is aggressive.
Wow.
I'm curious which bunny
Sorry, I'm
he's
gonna recruit
going
4.
after.
Quadruple battle. Holy crap. I mean, he's only scoring in no build, so he's only scoring 2 a turn right now
Fox and a bunny.
with no cardboard.
Yeah,
If he's Fox battles, he's killing that base. So
Yeah, but I'm curious where he's going with the bunny because if he goes, the only place he can't go to that bottom.
he's just, I
bottom
think
corner.
he's just killing that sympathy that's in that bunny clearing, I think.
All right,
Yeah.
that's a rabbit card for me.
Yep, I don't have cards, so you're going to be taking all these from the deck. I'm going to move 2 in there.
Oh, he put all of his cards into his thing, so this way he doesn't have to give up anything to the Woodland Alliance. The Woodland Alliance has to go solely off of RNG.
He's killing sympathy, then he's killing the base, and then he's hitting the lizards twice with the 2 bird battles, I assume.
Oh no, he's battling the sympathy there. Interesting. So we're going fully after
Well,
Woodland Alliance.
Your sympathy right here,
which is actually quite a good strategy because if he's drawing any mouse or
oh yeah, just hit that fox base last. Yeah.
You always want to hit the fox base last. That's actually a very good move.
Cool.
Okay.
That's 2 points for me.
So I will take the building first.
Mm-hmm.
In which case I'll lose this card and 2 officers.
Do you have any?
Oh, just
Nope.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Only lost 2 cards. So he still has 4 cards left. That's pretty good. And he'll get another one from this sympathy.
Little loss. And then I'll lose the sympathy, which gives me 1 card.
Yeah, it did, Garrick. You're right. It worked out very well.
I would like to
very well.
Lizards there. Because 1, 2, 3, yeah. Last
All
one.
right, this is the moles are gonna have to go after the lizards in that section to actually be any effect. Because never mind. That is our first 0-0, and
Oof. Lizard just caught a break
It is
there.
the lizards. No, I'm gonna
well, it looks like the lizards might have wanted to get some more acolytes, so we'll see. And right now the outcast
yeah.
is staying the way it
nice.
is, so we'll see what the moles do.
So,
But
uh,
the question is, will the moles actually hold their agreement because the Eyrie is also pulling ahead?
I
mean, if I was the mole player,
I know you do. I know you do.
Oh, we got someone from our bot crew showing up. We have our cheering team. Starting to see it.
I know they need to be woken up with a text,
Sure what
like
they're
a
doing.
group
I mean,
text.
other than battle, the sympathy.
Bot groupies.
Other than that,
Assemble.
because I'm not sure how you.
I mean, if I was in the mole's position right now, I don't think I would.
They're not
I'm
gonna.
not sure I would even go for the lizards. I'd be like,
we don't know what's craft.
I'd still worry about my own self.
Mm-hmm.
And birds cannot be stopped.
But the question is, what do you think is best for them to do right now?
So
Turmoil,
in all likelihood.
Try to get a lord out.
Well,
I don't know how many cards he has.
to
Look.
affect other people's.
Looks like he's got 5 cards. So
Okay, yeah, I would definitely
like
not dig. I would get out. I would not use banker.
Outpace everyone.
He has all 3 lord points. He has 9 points in lords.
think
Obviously, he can only get there's one that once a turn, but
No, obviously I do that.
if you really want to, which
I mean, I'd probably put out the market lord right now.
is you take out the
And
space.
I mean, if he builds twice in that clearing, like no one's gonna stop him. But problem is, he lost his T card.
For sure about this.
I mean, he really needs to have
I just don't know how
point
much he can
generation
swing,
right now.
what cards he has in hand with
Mhm.
Craftles.
And taking out the lizards is not the point generation because
no, and it's really just gonna feed them if anything else. I think that's
exactly.
that's the worrisome point. Is they're at the point where if you attack them, you feed them. If you don't attack them, they gain points.
Revolt. You know that.
But they're still limited to only 4 points per turn, so they're not
Exactly, and the
exactly
moles
getting
can-
generating the most points, and the
And
moles can outpace them.
Exactly. The moles are minimum are going to score 3 points a turn if they do a lord every time. But then they still have the points from crafting that market, using that market. They have points from building another market and having the market lord.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna
So
recruit.
moles at this point can outpace the lizards, assuming lizards don't expand into mouse, which they probably could, but then they're having to keep mouse cards, so they're not potentially scoring their other card. And so
Sympathy, the problem is I have to give up a card, right? So it's a bit of a bummer.
yeah, I would not attack that sympathy
I'm just gonna recruit twice.
because
So outcast right now is Fox. Okay,
well, he has 5 cards.
like that.
He can give up one of them, and he's scoring a point with it anyway. So yeah, I'd probably kill that. I'd probably give up that.
Right, then we would move on to Swayed Minister actions.
I will say the only reason I would see to attack the lizards is if you were keeping the outcast in Fox to make it hated, so they could convert some stuff of the Eyrie to slow them down.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only reason to attack the lizards, would be for them to actually get into the fighting game.
I know we made a deal not to
But
each other.
otherwise, I would be quite worried about going after them for no benefit.
You have enough points for next turn, but I don't know.
I'm getting 2 points a turn.
You are, but like Woodland Alliance is going right before you, so you can nom up all those sympathy points, right? So that's probably how you just win. How you have a shot at winning next turn, or not?
Definitely not next turn.
Not next turn. Well,
Look, definitely not next turn.
all right. So I'm gonna use Bridget to move over here, and the second move will be to here.
Looks like he's getting a lord out.
So that's Bridget done. Then let's do the squire. Sorry, not the squire. The marshal to move. Well, actually, sorry. I think I want to do this battle. I'm just thinking about which card to get rid of.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's getting rid of the sympathy.
Let's
Which I wouldn't go for, just because the mouse sympathies aren't a bother or a thing to worry about, since he already has the mouse base out.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna.
Really, it's just allowing the Woodland Alliance to put more sympathy out a little easier, especially with only 5 cards, and it's giving him more cards. So,
which is fine because you can't.
Oh.
Right. So
You can't revolt. It's just it costs him an extra card then to place more sympathy.
which they're providing an extra card, so
I
it's
think
kind of a
that's
net
just
loss.
all it is. So instead, let's take a move to add one over here with my squire.
I'm not sure how he just did that.
No, that doesn't work.
Did he just teleport, or
With 4
maybe that guy was in the burrow and he said he didn't actually want to take him from the burrow? I'm not quite sure what just happened.
Well, he owes a card for that though, too,
I don't
right?
think I'm gonna take.
He does owe. Oh, good. Yeah, no, Garrick is saying it was just super legal, and he does owe the Woodland Alliance a card for that as well if he's moving
with my mole.
anything into there. But that's on BotBot to say.
Yeah.
Let's sway lord.
All right, so yeah, we do have a Lord sway.
He should put out the Market Lord.
Oh, 2 bird cards to do so though.
Oh, ouch. See, he should have.
So score 3 points.
What did he do with that mouse card?
Scored 2 points.
Oh, he used that for the formal. I feel like he might have wanted to use a bird card for the formal instead.
That would be my turn.
I feel like this was what is happening? How are you crafting saboteurs if you're using Sway Lord?
And since I'm gonna,
I think the mole's turn just got horribly derailed.
Where's BotBot?
BotBot! I hear Garrick screaming from the other room.
In daylight.
Oh, is that
Like
right?
actually screaming.
Sorry, my bad.
Calm down.
This is quite painful, and this is why we like doing everything in order, because
Yeah.
Well, the moles
Yeah.
can get very derailed because they have so much weird stuff going on. But BotBot.
Right, no, but it's still, you should still try to kind of stay within the daylight first, second, third, where you sway.
Oh yeah, I mean, as
last.
a mole player myself, even I can get sometimes confused. Like, I mean, I know, how did no one catch that? I have no idea. I mean, BotBot is usually, I'm not sure. BotBot is very. I play with BotBot a lot, and he always catches when I do something not intentional. He always is like, "How'd you do that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right." But the moles you can get caught up in a couple of times. I mean, I lost a tourney game because I stupidly played my mayor, not thinking I actually needed it later. So you can get confused very easily, and that was pretty rough.
On the moles.
That was definitely a rough turn, but I think we've now seen cheating in all 3 of our final games. So just evening the playing field for everyone.
Well, the movement of the mole probably won't matter that much.
I'm taking this one.
Though he didn't lose a card over it, which he should have. But the crafting of saboteurs could actually come into play big time, because if he saboteurs Corvid planners, that's a huge loss for Woodland.
I'll give you this card.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some very big issues going on. So, yeah. I also appreciate that Garrick has now called this the root cheating tournament. All right. And so, but will he remember to use false orders if he wants to use false orders is the question. Because now would be the time to do so. But he is not using acolytes for anything, so we'll see.
It's interesting. I think it's weird because I think in tourney games, people,
I'm debating,
are thinking about their own turns so much, and maybe a little, got those tourney jitters going that you don't notice things that you would like in a casual game. Like, I think that would have been totally noticed in any of my games. Like, in the LFG game, people have been like, "How'd you craft that?" I mean, But in like a tourney game, sometimes you're like
lose the
focused on your own turn. You're
I
just
mean, if you don't use
nervous about your position, where you're not thinking about things like moles have to give up that bird card.
I also understand that.
Yeah, and I know that with the tournament games, I feel like we also see a bit more people focusing more on their own things.
into here.
Erie's got 2 points from taking a path off. That's funny.
Oh, I'd love that, please. Yeah, 4 troops left. Please do that.
You're fine. You're probably on a turmoil next turn, right? So you're fine.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you're probably a win before that's an issue.
I'm not winning next turn, definitely not.
After. Well, I mean, there's a chance you just win next turn.
I'm worried about the Woodland line still. I'm waiting for this burst. If it's not happening, because he goes before me, so he's going to get set up for a burst, if nothing else, in 2 turns, you know?
I know, but at the same time, if he has a very big burst, you can just you have so many battles that you can.
I'm saying the burst isn't going to happen this upcoming turn. It's going to happen the following one. So I don't benefit from the burst because I don't destroy anything. And he wins on the burst, so I don't play after that. You know?
Okay. But I understand the logic.
This is, I mean, everyone. This is definitely not a blowout, and this is definitely going to be.
But Lizard's like if you want.
There's going to be a slow crawl
I want
to
like if you don't use
30,
it,
I think.
All right.
I
I'm
think
down with
Yeah.
touring Corvid planners would be better for the table.
Probably, yeah. So
Okay, so
So I'm hoping the lizards here have the coins because that might put them in a position where if it gets back to them, they will be
well, except for this card.
double ambush.
So,
That is a rough place to be.
So
All right,
I'm
so
going
it looks
to
like
swap this for this card.
they can score 6 points here.
For 2 points.
With just the cards they have, and I'm glad to see that we have some dom swapping.
I'm going to obviously score
yeah.
this for 2.
I think without that, the lizards are almost impossible to win with. But Dom swap.
Oh wow, they can actually score 9 points this turn because if they build another bunny garden, mouse garden, score with it, and then craft those coins,
Interesting.
they are in a very good place.
Well, true, because
That'll
if
put
you
them
can
at
get
27, and you cannot stop them at that point unless
because
you wipe them off the board. But
even if you
still,
wipe it off the board, then they have 100 acolytes,
a
and
bajillion acolytes.
they just sanctify 3 things and win.
Right. So they're in a very good position, and I would hope that they are going to go for that.
Yeah, he's counting his points right now. I can see his yellow hand.
I am going to.
Come on, do it.
Funny business there.
Build the garden.
No, you're right. This is
the turn they've got to push. They've got to push. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No.
You know what?
5 points is a little harder to make up. No, don't. No. Come on, man. If your Sana loses because of this, I'm going to be quite upset.
And then I will get myself.
I wonder if he's nervous about getting too far ahead.
At this point, you want to go for it.
No, I know. I agree.
It is time to go for it. I'm really hoping he will craft those coins because.
Craft the coins.
Okay, he did the coins at least.
Okay,
so
at least he did the coins, so he only
up to
needs to get
25.
5 points. But 3 points would have been so much better with that guaranteed too.
Great.
Yeah, I got. I got the 20% chance on the T, and then the 20% chance on the coins.
Grab the coins.
Yeah. So.
And he would have had 3 card draws too if had he done that. So that would have put him in a good position just to have anything of manipulation. So, and we have a prediction going on the Twitch chat.
Something in order to revolt here, which is a bummer. So I will not be revolting.
Let's see what we got going.
Who will win?
We're going. All right, so we're rooting for Woodland Alliance and Lizards. On points, the first and last player. I like how we have taken out the middle too.
What'd you say?
Yeah, they have no respect for the moles or the birds right now.
We'll have to look if we can pull.
Oh, okay. So he is pushing the outcast into mouse.
Let's remove at least
There's some sympathy out there,
Doesn't seem likely
which could be very interesting because if he's got 2 acolytes too, so he could just take that out with a crusade. So that's at least another free point for the lizard cult.
Fox thing down here, and completely obliterate both those bases, right? And then I hit either the mouse one, but I would honestly prefer to hit this rabbit one right here. He's down 3 cards to 2. The likelihood he can do much the next turn is low, and would have to all be with acolytes.
Yeah, see, the thing is, right now they are feeding him mouse cards, and if he needs acolyte and he has acolytes, then that top right clearing is ripe for the taking.
Yep.
There are 2 buildings in the mouse clearing that is quite easy to convert if they give him enough acolytes.
But that's probably not.
So right now they are in a very risky position where it will not matter what they do.
I agree, though. The 5 points is a lot harder for lizards to get than the 3. I mean, it's like
he
exponentially
really
harder.
he should have put more gardens down, just get that extra card draw and guarantee 2 points. It's a much safer strategy, and I really think we would have seen a quite easy lizard win.
Yeah, I think this is
It's like a calm lizard win.
little more complicated.
2.
But I still think he has the potential of doing it.
Recruit.
I think that's we'll have to see where we go from there. So it looks like Botbot has gotten back up to 4 officers. So he is, but I don't know if he has enough supporters to do a giant burst. With only 3 supporters, I don't know if that will be enough.
Okay.
No, I don't think he's winning this turn. I mean, he's definitely winning.
Yeah.
He's definitely winning in 2 turns. Oh yeah, his turn's already over. Okay. Oh, so you mean his next turn?
Yeah, his next turn, I don't think he's got enough to do that big of a burst, because at most he can move and organize twice.
Yeah, you're right.
So
he's at 18. He needs 12 points. That's like, yeah, that'd be tough.
I mean, it might be doable. Maybe he's got some stuff in his hand that I'm not seeing, but we'll see if it even gets back to him, because if it really shouldn't. I really feel like the lizards should be. I'm not sure what's happening with the Eyrie score marker. He's just having fun there, I think, moving it around.
But I think
Not sure what's going on.
I mean, if they're obviously Botbot's actually not in that great terrible position, because if they do focus all their attention on lizards, they're not going to be messing with him.
Yeah, and then
I mean, it's definitely in the realm of possibility that Woodland could win from here, but he would definitely need some crafting points or some other help, I think.
Yeah, well, but the issue is if
That's what I'm wondering.
yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But if the table goes after Woodland, then the lizards will clearly win. So we'll see what happens. But I truly have hope in the lizards for this.
I don't have enough battle actions.
And the interesting thing about that
and then I would
that fox clearing is it's actually kind of hard to get to, because you can't really go through lizard territory.
Nope. Yeah, you can't move into that garden. Yep.
So
which does not equal 9.
You have to get to a next turn, right?
So he's going to need at least 3 moves to do anything.
That next turn, though.
What'd you say?
I mean, that fox clearing. I mean, he has 7 lizards. That's
going
to take so many, and you're gonna even 4 battles. You're gonna have to roll.
So the question:
decent.
Police the lizard cult. That he's not gonna.
And he doesn't have 3 battles. He doesn't have 4. He has 3, and unless he adds some more.
Is this outcast is 100% going mouse, right?
That is a good point.
So, right now, there are a whole ton of mouse buildings for him to replace.
Well, not ton. There's 3.
Which is honestly all he needs.
Points. That's 3 points. Yep.
That's 3 points if he has a mouse card or a bird card.
Oh yeah, that's it.
He
You're
can
right.
just do a dom swap, and then that's it. Oh, well, I don't know if actually that dom swap is out. Now that I think about it, I think only the bunny dom is out, so we have not yet seen the mouse dom.
He can
So
replace building that'll give him points. Like if he replaced, he's at 25 right now. If he replaced 2 buildings, or even just 1 building, is scored and scored, right?
At
Yeah,
this
I think-
point, I don't know if there is a good way to stop the lizards.
I don't think so either. You're right. Because if you just give him acolytes, then he just wins.
Yeah, because he can honestly, he can crusade, even with acolytes, he'll be able to crusade against some undefended things. He'll be able to get rid of that sympathy.
Yep. He can. Yep. There's a sympathy in mouse on him on his mouse base. He can crusade to the.
He can crusade
sympathy in the
out of
fox.
mouse
Yep.
to the sympathy, so he's got plenty to move
Well, you
to.
can't go after this rabbit. You can't go after this rabbit base because he can just build in that rabbit base.
Sorry, I was talking about this one up here.
Okay.
This one up here I want to hit because it has 2 building slots. Right?
Yeah.
So if he doesn't rule it, he can't.
But I am curious if they ignore the Woodland Alliance, will the Woodland Alliance just surge to the win? Because 11 or 12
well,
points
Bob,
isn't.
He goes after
The issue is,
lizards, and I don't think.
we don't know the
I mean, I
cards
think
too.
lizards
Is if he
win
has
on their
enough points, he
turn
just straight up wins.
almost
Either way.
either way. I mean, I don't think they can.
So many outcasts
I think we've just figured out that there's
probably win
almost no
over
way
that,
the
so-
lizards can't win.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
mean
give him-
acolyte?
I think they. I still do wish they had guaranteed it with that second mouse garden and score, but
hit the top rabbit and the bottom fox. 14 is enough to replace.
I almost think you don't want to stop. You want to stop the lizards
Right.
like
Try-
halfway.
try
You want to
and
like
push the-
do
the
enough
lizards
damage
out?
to where they don't get the acolytes,
Can
but
we
they are
try and
hurt.
tie this?
So I think you take out
Yeah, fox cards.
like that bunny
I
clearing
can
down
discard
there.
Fox cards.
I don't
because then they only have the ability to score fox for 2 points, and they don't have the quantity of acolytes to do. I mean, it still gets them to 29 though, because if it's mouse hated, you give them 4
I
acolytes,
guess the
they can
problem
do
is
2
if-
buildings.
if what you described
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if
it's-
the lizards are stoppable right now.
Like, I get
yeah, I'm not quite sure. And like, if they don't take out that mouse clearing, there's still an open building slot there. They can literally put down another garden and score it as well.
Oh, yeah,
which
you're
they,
right.
I mean,
You're
they
right.
should have. Still a little upset they didn't.
Yeah, I don't-
It would be so much easier.
I don't know if lizards can be stopped
We'll have
just
to
because
see.
of. I mean, normally
It's-
5 points is very difficult, but his board presence and his acolytes that he'll generate by being
Yeah.
attacked are just too much. I
3
think.
buildings with those
Yeah.
9 acolytes, and that's 3 points. Then if he has,
I think they're kind of figuring this out right now. Lizards should have
Waterman
a
lizards
full
have 5
hand.
cards.
Let him get to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
should
they
have
have
a
a
full
full. They have a full hand.
Okay, but so it's a catch-22, right? Because either we please him and give him a bunch of acolytes.
Yeah, I think they're now starting to realize
or
that this
we
is
don't, and then he
He
uses
just scores.
sort of hopeless.
right.
I think at this point the Eyrie and the moles might have to look at how do I win on my turn.
You get the outcast to rabbit. Not one
which
building in rabbit.
I don't think they have the. I mean,
I-
the moles could win from here, and
Oh, I
if
get
he
you.
had done certain things differently. I mean, he could almost. I mean, 10
Yeah,
points.
birds. Like if you actually wanted.
I mean, he's going to score 2 points from
and
markets.
The only ways to do it.
If he has some, he would need.
You could purposefully turmoil.
He got his tea stolen from him.
To
Yeah,
That's
the tea
why-
and the coin stolen from him, so he's no.
Yeah, well, the coins are gone, but if he had 2 tea cards right now, he could
Oh, it definitely
score
takes me out of the game.
7 points just from tea and his market lord.
I honestly still don't think that would
I mean, moles could easily win from this
turmoil
position
myself with also doing police enough.
if his cards are good.
Right.
the turmoil.
Yeah, if I was the moles right now, I would just be
Goes to
convincing
box.
birds to do anything other than
You have
attack
no
me,
rabbit
which
cards.
I don't think the birds are going to. The moles, no one thinks the moles are a threat right now, but
In my
in a lot of mole games, the moles are 100% a threat right now.
4 and 4.
Yeah.
Then got rid of the
So
rabbit
it's
card.
definitely
Rabbit card I could use.
quite an interesting.
But he
moment.
he can't banker mayor his way because he only has 5
I think
cards.
it's quite useless.
So, and that's using, but he
I would
could,
I would agree with Garrick that moles bungled their mid game.
yes, they did.
And
bungle
they,
their
they, they
mid-game.
did not focus enough on their engine and focus
Yeah,
too
I mean,
hard on
if you're
points.
saying,
So
like,
the
we're gonna win
points now are a little harder to come by.
Which is why I think I'm
We
just going
don't-
to score for myself.
I mean, that's fair.
They're gonna win
Well-
anyway, so I'm gonna do as best I can. That is my strategy.
Well, the moles could. I mean, let's think about this. So the moles he should have his market lord out. So he He can score 2 points for his markets.
Yeah, I think.
But he could build one. Well, no,
changing
if
the
he wants to
outcast
sway a
is, I
lord, he
think, but if
can't
he's-
build
Yeah.
another one. So it doesn't really. It's kind of
Well,
irrelevant.
he could use the formal to build another one.
We'd have to take
Yeah,
out
but he uses a card. Well, so he's using a card.
Fox. I would
He's using that
on
fifth
and
card
just
to
one
either
card's
build a
gone, you know?
market, which scores a
Like, I
point,
think
or
if we
banker,
take
which
out
scores a
birds,
point. So
he
it's
has enough
Mhm.
aggro
his
to
fifth
win
card
on
is a
points.
point, no matter what he does with it.
No matter what he does with it,
Right.
yeah.
So he scores. If he sways another lord, he scores 3 points.
And we take out the bunny.
He
Okay.
scores 2 points with his markets.
He
So
can
now
score
he's at
on
25. So now he needs to make up 5
Not if
points
he has
with
lost those cards.
Brig,
Also, yeah.
Mayor,
That's the
and
maybe that's the calculation that
crafting.
you're
Depends
missing.
on what he has
I
in
don't think it
crafting.
makes
If
the
he has
any better, but
Garden,
he loses,
tea
he loses a card
and a
Yeah,
bag
he loses the
in
card.
his hand, he could score 3
Do you
points.
remember? Do you guys remember what?
Mhm.
So that puts him at 28. So he just
So, I
needs
mean,
2 things with Brig Mayor, so he can move down, kill
He had
the
one
Fox
bird
Roost
card
down there.
still left over.
Right,
Um,
Two
right.
bird ambushes.
Yeah, he has one bird
Um,
ambush in hand.
He has one
but
bird
his
ambush left. And
29th
That's
point
another problem for you.
yeah,
is
the three
not.
ambushes
He could
itself.
move moles down to the sympathy
like,
and the other Fox clearing,
So I see
the
a
one with the
way
3 birds.
which is going for
It's conceivable,
rabbit,
but he will
rabbit
need.
gardens,
He would have to
move some
have
cards.
tea in
It
his
requires
hand
a
to have a shot. I think.
purposeful turmoil, but he
Right.
probably builds there and also score.
So I would say it's
So you would lose 3
Well,
points.
very
build, not
slow.
build.
Very little chance the moles win on their turn.
Have you
Yeah.
ever put cards in your?
And I will say something interesting just brought up in the
like
table
to put two
conversation
cards
is
in
that
build.
the lizards have a known
And then
ambush.
Three
So
gosh, yeah.
that is also quite dangerous because
potentially.
you're still
and
not potentially wiping them out in the way that needs to be done.
Well, it sounded like last I heard
Yeah,
from
so
Kyle, he
the
just
other
gave
problem
up
is that
and
it
was
makes
like,
the
I'm not
Woodland
doing. I'm
Alliance's
not
turn,
bothering in
so
this.
it's a win for them.
Yeah.
I'm not so
Yeah,
sure
we
about
can-
that. Well,
I will say
we don't
if
know, I don't know until I get to that point.
Well, Waterman,
So
I think we surmised that the
sympathy, I'll
lizards
have
are
all-
almost
I'll have
unboppable.
You would have all of it. 'Cause you're not going to be focusing sympathy this turn. If
I
it's
think
not
even
the
if they attacked lizards,
lizards, you know,
I mean, it would require the lizard. It would
If
require the
they just fall
birds
short,
and the
there will be a
moles
bunch of
going
sympathy for you to
100% on
technically win your
lizards.
next turn. So
I think.
But even if that happened,
because I like the lizards in the
there would be enough acolytes for the lizards to win,
Well, I was also
as long as the outcast
also
stays
forcing the
mouse.
lizards to deal with
If it
me
switches off
once it
mouse
gets to their
somehow,
turn,
then
if they can't
it's
win on their
actually
turn, if that means anything.
would have it because they need to. They basically need to sanctify 3 buildings,
Sympathy on the board with
and there's
lizards
not
replaced
3
by
buildings
the lizards
that aren't
can
mouse. There's
win
3
on
buildings
Yeah.
in
turn,
mouse.
scoring
There's
for
2
three
fox and
points. They
1
would need
bunny.
3
So if
points
they
off the
switch it
top
off
5.
mouse,
If they're replacing a building, that's
then they
one.
would have a
If they're
shot.
destroying
But then
2
there's
sympathy,
probably
that's
some
2.
crusades
If
that
they're
could
replacing 2
happen for
buildings and
points
1
too.
vice
So
versa, like, you know,
I don't know.
there's just
I
so
agree
many
with you. I
points
think
on the
the
board
I
that
think
are
the
easy to
lizards
get
are
with these
unstoppable.
acolytes. Like they can move.
And this is
to places
quite the
that
good
get
Lizards
the
game,
battle
I will
with
say.
Yeah,
I
Rasana's
truly appreciate the way that Rasana was playing the Lizards. Is playing a very strong Lizards game.
these warriors.
And in honor of Neva's beautiful poem,
And that's
please let's get a Dragon Hail.
They just straight up
Come on,
can't
chat.
at all. We
Don't disappoint me.
Mole is overrated.
that many acolytes is redundant.
Oh,
Nev has a
Yeah,
unhealthy
I'm gonna score for
hatred
myself.
for the moles. So
I am gonna.
I think Nev would disagree with you, but I understand.
I mean, I don't like
Point
I
two.
I mean, as someone who plays the moles and enjoys trying to find
I am
different
going to
interesting
recruit
mole things, I do
twice.
think they need.
I don't even remember where
I
was
think they
gonna go
need-
now.
Even though it's not, I think in a tourney situation, I don't think in LFG they win
Twice
a lot more frequently because
here.
I think the moles are weaker in a
Right,
tourney
to
situation
move.
where
I'm gonna move.
they're focused more because the
Couple
table talk will be
here.
heavier
You can
in a
take
tournament
cards 'cause I
game.
have none.
Because LFG,
Mhm.
it's like, okay,
I'm
we're
gonna
just,
move. I'm
you
gonna move
know,
a couple.
I'm going to try to convince you to attack the moles, but
No.
this game is just for fun, so you're probably not going to do it if you don't want to. But in a tourney situation, obviously, it's like, okay, the moles are going to win. We need to stop them. So everyone's going to try to stop them.
I am.
So I don't think they're as
Roll
strong in
down
tourney
tournament roll
games
for right
as
now.
they are in like
You know,
casual
I
games.
mean,
Talking to me?
no, this-
Yeah, I'm
So
going for
I don't
sympathy.
know if they
Mouse,
necessarily
mouse,
need a
fox.
change.
Funny.
I still think
All
Mayor's
right, I don't have any ambush.
Okay, so the
kind
hole
of
gets
broken,
moved,
but I don't know if they need any
and
nerfs
then I
necessarily.
score
I
4
get
points for
4
that.
cards.
Oh
Not-
wow.
At the end of my turn, I will
Hey, Eyrie went on a
use-
sympathy
build
rampage.
it right here, and I'll score 3 points. I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Oh, harsh.
That's my turn.
Harsh
Corvin's got
1
10 more
point
warriors.
away.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I lose.
Dang, the birds got so close.
They got so close. They were almost there. But it looks like
and
moles are.
craft that tea. That would have given me a good shot.
Yeah, with
he
them
just
not
talked
even
about
doing
that.
anything about the lizards, I think it's time to see the lizards win.
He just talked about if he had crafted that tea.
So,
I mean, moles, 10 points for the moles is nothing if you have the right
but
engine.
is there a world where I can
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the other night,
But-
get those points?
Germ had
4 points.
19 points and had no board presence whatsoever, but he had Marine Broker, and we all crafted stuff
I mean, that's kind of
between our turns, and he ended up with like 9 cards and just bankered 9 points. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's not that
Mhm.
the moles can out of
Would you rather
nowhere
see the
just
Lizards win
throw
or
down
the Woodland Alliance?
30% of the game points. I mean,
But it looks like we don't have the right engine right now for that, and
No.
it looks like the lizards are. Even if the moles do anything now at this point, the lizards are.
I mean, the only thing he's attacking is that upper bunny clearing, probably. And
Yeah.
even if you kill one
Yeah.
clearing of the
What's-
lizards, it's fine.
What's really interesting is Woodland Alliance actually handed lizards this game by discarding 5 mouse guards. Because had they not done that, attacking the cult while still scary wouldn't have been as devastating.
Yeah, the mouse, it being mouse is what really iced it. Because right, if it was like bunny, he could only sanctify 1 roost.
Mhm.
And all his bunny crusades are pretty pointless, mostly.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean, I think there's a world, but it's pretty unlikely. But I'm gonna try.
but I think this is the game of let me see how many points I can get before the lizards win.
And the birds almost had it. I mean, that would have been a pretty amazing turn.
Yeah. So I'm also in a way a little glad that the moles aren't winning here, not because I don't like the moles, but because of that weird turn that he just had that
Oh,
caused
yeah,
Garrick
I
to
mean-
start screaming.
And action's gonna be.
But I'm always quite happy when I see a lizards win, which
I mean,
I would
if
be very surprised if I do not see one at this point.
if he's not attacked at all,
Dig.
he's unstoppable. He scores.
Right. I'll dig to here.
Because he can still we'll see. I find it kind of funny that it looks like the moles in the Eyrie are like, fine, I'll fight you instead since you're not doing anything about it.
So I have to attack these 4 spots, 3 middle spots. Get amazing rolls.
Okay.
So second daylight
Yep.
action. These guys over here.
It looks like they're definitely giving up on the idea of having another turn.
On to ministers.
Well,
I'll reveal.
Yes, Garrick, maximum spite. Here we go.
Oh,
Maximum's fight. I'm a very
no,
spiteful
I
player
need- I
too.
need
So
to-
If I can't win, I'm gonna take
oh,
you
no,
down
I
with
can
me.
do it. Sorry. Okay, so I won't reveal that mouse.
Oh.
card.
Nope, never mind. The
Yeah,
numbers just got
okay,
blurry.
so I'll take a single move, I think, with the marshal. Move 3. These over here.
I still think if he took his time, I mean, I'm curious to see what his cards are. Because I mean,
yeah, I just don't have actions, right? Pretty sure I just don't have actions. Because if I take this move with the marshal, or I have to take the move with the marshal and then another one with, or I have to do this with Bridget. Maybe that's a chance. So I think I have to. Sorry, if I can.
I have a feeling he might be trying to go for that bottom lizard fox clearing. No, he's just wandering around. Okay, never mind.
he's already out of moves, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Not sure I totally understand where he's going, but
Yeah.
I'm a little confused. Why wouldn't he be able to sway a lord if he moved there?
Pretty much.
I mean, he's almost in every clearing, so he should be able
Yeah,
to
I'm
sway
not-
a move.
Sorry, so I won't.
Oh, he'd have to
Could
pay a
Eyrie
card.
have
Yeah,
turmoil
yeah.
to
He'd have to
change
pay
the
a card.
outcast? At this point, it would have tied the outcast up to Bunny,
Okay, so
which would have made Bunny's hated.
Move now with Bridget, but with Marshall.
So
And then
I
I'll
don't
use
know
Bridget to
if he
battle
would have been
birds
able
here,
to.
and let's battle them here first.
Well,
If
that
he would
wouldn't
have, I don't think it would have stopped him necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think
And-
the Eyrie, because Eyrie just would have lost points, and they would have been
got the
too. It would have been
rolls.
too hard for them to come back anyway.
The
So
point.
Mm-hmm. And like Kyle said earlier, if he's not going to win, he wants the lizards to win.
In the fox.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I still think the moles. Yeah, I haven't seen their hand. I mean, I'm curious when
Then
there's
I'll use the.
Did you get your point for that?
when their sway comes out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did get
It
it.
looks like they're about to sway a lord here.
Yep, so that's 3 more. That puts them at 25.
Yeah, and then they have. I don't think they've scored Baron of Dirt yet, which
Okay,
he
so
has
I
out.
have
So
to get, so I get
Yep, so that's
6
2 more points.
banked up.
okay, where's the 6 point coming
And
from?
then I have to get 2 more.
Oh, he has to get.
So
Wait, I'm very curious where the 6 point is
what's
coming
the
from
world
because
index?
I do not see it.
Sorry, I forgot about this. Okay, I will use my this card and my.
Okay, he's no longer swaying a lord.
Over there. Rather add this mole.
Yeah, that's now it's GG.
I'll score
Yeah, no.
Baron of Dirt, 3 points. So I'm at 25.
Does it come from cheating, Nev? That is a great question. No, he's okay. So he's just going full on scoring with.
So that's 28.
So
Okay. Yep.
okay, so not planning on swaying a lord this turn.
I have.
And at this
It
point,
doesn't matter. I don't get. I won't get it because
Yeah, he
I
needed
need to-
You notice he's at 28.
I
Remember
need at least 2 battles, pretty much.
remember that thing he forgot to craft?
yeah, that thing he forgot to craft would have done it.
To get anything done.
Of course, we don't want no dirty mole win, right? Not that he's
No.
no offense, Edu. We're just talking about the moles, not you.
Well, end my turn. Please get this card.
Yep, gotta remember
Crafting-
the craft.
Remembering the craft is an important part. All right, and now Rusano, take it away.
GG, everybody.
Lizards.
I will bring it home.
Yeah,
So we're
this is
going to mouse. So we're over there. Let me search. I know there's like Dom cards in here, I think.
There's one Bunny Dom card in that pile, so
yeah. I mean, he wasn't attacked at all. This should be a no-brainer.
this should be a no-brainer. I will be quite shocked if he does not have
Alright,
this.
So I got acolytes, but I really don't need them. So here's my hand. I will,
That is quite the hand.
Swap this card for this
Score.
and use it to score.
Oh, he has a T too.
Well, he doesn't even need to use the T because again, he can do the thing that I was yelling at him to do that last time, which is
Yep.
build a garden.
The
And score.
I have to use
Yep.
the Dom swap to get this fox to discard to score 2 more. And then what's the acolyte? Is it mouse? I think I will end my turn by crafting the T to rule them all.
That is the best endgame condition.
And
The T to rule them all. Yes, hail the dragons. Hail the Dragon King. Good job. Spam the chat. Yes. Lizards, I am so proud.
at least try
Yes.
for it at the end. You guys got so close.
I am really trying to remember if I had like some stupid craftable I didn't use at the beginning.
Well, it was the T that made the difference in the end.
Yeah, because that's right by 2 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been it.
Oh, we're getting that next time.
Oh, man, I am so happy with this.
That was very entertaining. That was
I
think that was-
able to pull something out to get 3 more points.
I think that was.
Not without us battling you.
I
No.
mean, it looks like Woodland's far behind, but they're not really as far behind as you think they are. They're just one turn.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean,
one turn
and-
before they
and
get.
one- Yeah, they would have scored a bunch on their turn. So
So, and I will say,
More
the
sympathy
one thing that
on the
also
board.
makes me very happy about this win
Zero
is looking at our
So it was like-
current
it was kind of baiting
our
everyone
current
into
games we
thinking
have
they
coming
were
into
doing
the
something
semifinals,
cards
we
just get
actually
knocked
have
right
a
back,
win by
so
seat of 2, 3, and 4. So now we just need the next game. Whoever's in play seat
not
1,
have
I'm hoping
to be
for
able to
you.
get those warriors out into sympathy instead of like trying to protect 2 bases at once, and then I could also have flexibility. But
Okay. I liked it. It was interesting. Never seen that before, gonna be honest.
Marcus has to
and I
be
only had to lose 1
seething.
card when
I would hope
so
not. This was
Holy
actually
cow, that's
quite
awesome.
a good lizard game.
When I was battling others.
No, it was a random Fox card. So all the random card draw. I wish you would have battled it first, but you did the smart thing and battled it last.
You don't need the extra sympathy.
Yeah, because I fully expected that, like, if this game was going to be closed by the Woodland Alliance, who was going to win in like 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah. He
Okay, Marcus is not angry apparently.
I would have won on my next turn for sure.
Yeah,
that's
unless
why
you
I went.
pick up my base.
And that's why I went for it myself. There was no way for me to. There was no way to police everyone into another turn. I wasn't getting a second turn. I was like, I'll just get 29 points.
Yeah, I think the Lizards heavily benefited from
Was really
the Eyrie strategy of
my board position.
Just
I just could not
worry about getting tons of roosts out. Don't worry about like
Even
policing
saying that,
early
you would
on.
have won on your next
Yeah.
turn, too.
And
then
I'm
the
curious
moles-
if the Eyrie passed a crafting opportunity to
Yeah, I know,
get
right?
that 1 point.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you always look back and like, damn. Yeah, because I've had a couple games where I think my cat game where I got to 29, I used a bag to save a couple cats one time, and I'm like, God, if I had just not done that, because I didn't use those cats, It's like if I had just not done that and had the bag at the end, I would have won. It's like, dang it. But I mean, you can't, you can only do what you think is right at the time.
Yeah.
You never know you're going to score like what he scored like 9 points on his last turn or 8 points. So
Yeah,
It's definitely the best map for Woodland War.
Very, very interesting.
Well, good game, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream now, but congratulations to Asano, and thank you so much to everyone for playing. That was a terrific game. Thank you to Lily and Phouglas for commentating. It was great commentary. And thank you, everyone, for watching. We have the final semifinal game on the 27th right now, but stay apprised in case that changes or anything. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.